this the whole time.
Your arm gonna fall off. I hope we don't talk for the long time. I
I'll
hope
get
we
over
don't
it.
get long-winded.
Lord have mercy. This is going to be work out today. Yes, you see. Yes, that's we ain't got no sense. Yes, that's the topic that we put on today. Righteousness has driven us straight to poverty. You want me to lead this one?
Yeah, you can leave this one. I'll let all the other ones.
All right, cool.
You can go ahead and leave this one.
I'm going to say what we all wanted to say for the longest, that we can keep it on the low. Righteousness has driven us straight to poverty. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, because for some odd reason, especially with us, when it comes regarding to money, we have the most negative views about it.
Yeah.
We pretty much shun anybody who has it,
Definitely.
especially us. But as soon as it's somebody that's not black, oh, it's the white person, oh, it's cool, it's normal, it's traditional. Let us have that.
Why is it traditional? Why do we assume that it's traditional for them to have money?
Let me have $1 million in my pocket. Oh, you acting like the devil. You acting like one of them.
Oh, you brown nosing, they say.
Oh yeah, we hitting on all of that. What's brown nose? Go ahead.
You want to see my drawers and well, not my drawers, because my drawers are clean, but somebody else's drawers, because you all up in them and your nose is in there too. So that's what brown nose is.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it's understand the stereotype. Why can't we just have wealth without it having a negative stigma to it?
It beats me. I mean, this is street topics. That's the topic of the day.
Especially when we put, yeah, it is a heavy one.
It's a real heavy one.
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, why can't we have money? Why can't we all be proud of each other and help each other to build? Why can't we be like the crabs? Ain't that the crabs that they crawl on top of? And crabs help each other, right? That's the right species, right?
Yeah, I hope
Okay.
you're not talking about the ones that pull you back down in the bucket.
No, not them. Not them. No, not them.
Yeah, but this is definitely a deep topic that we always have, like the barbershop or the Lioness salon talk about. And we just chastise each other like, or soon
Even
as
like, my business. I don't have a lot of people helping me with my business. I mean, a lot of people don't want to buy from me, but they'll go buy from Susie Ann over here when basically she's selling something similar to mine, but not as much love and care as put it. Or she might be. I don't know what she doing.
Or I'm gonna hit with something really heavy. Why does it seem like all the churches are in the most broken neighborhoods?
No, why is there 5 churches on one street?
We just putting out the questions that everybody will keep a hush up about. Or better yet, or think of like the major cities that's well established, heavy like flow of money, economic, and much more. You don't see a lot of churches always in those kind of areas.
Oh, like Eagle Lakes? Is there a church in Eagle Lake?
You may be talking too much.
I don't care. I'm in hospital. Who gonna fight me? I'm the lioness. But I tell you while ago, all this life I had to fight.
And we fight now.
Sure.
Heck, they getting up all the property.
But yeah, I mean, it's a million churches on one street. Like, why? Y'all all read from the same Bible, right? So why do you need to have 5 different churches? Y'all all reading from the same Bible? Y'all all worshiping the same God?
See, this is stuff that I've been talking about. Or I put like this. At Sam Houston, I love sociology. We talk about this really heavy. Man, if half of Huntsville was in that college class, I guarantee you all I'm pissed off. And not at me, at the professor. But you gotta have an open mind.
They in prison class. They trying to go be a freaking work for that white man.
Oh, but by the way, the professor was black, so he kept it real. So
he gonna keep it real.
Yeah. So, but I know everybody else in this town probably would have been pissed off.
Yeah.
But anyway, one thing that he said, like the most segregated day of the whole week is Sunday. And at first, I was pissed off when I heard that. I was like, what in the heck? But think about it. You have so many divisions when it comes to, like, the churches. You have Baptist, non-denominational, Dipsy.
What's the point? I mean, you're all praying to the same person, reading out the same Bible. Why you got to have all these different churches, different denominations? Why? What's the point? I don't know.
Or, I'm not going to release the person's name. Someone said, like, why can't the funding that we see going to the churches actually be seen or affect the communities? Especially when you have those heavy donations in the church.
When they got the building fund for the church, but you'll never see nothing being fixed on the church. But
in
you
the
see
same
the preacher
doors.
driving a new car, or his wife driving a new Mercedes-Benz with a new hat, big as a Saturn.
But meanwhile, all your bills, light bill and all that stuff, it's late and your stuff getting disconnected, cut off.
But the church lights and stuff ain't getting turned up. I don't understand it. That's probably why I don't go to church no more. I don't know.
Or, here's another heavy. My family hit you with this one.
What's that?
We hate the most wealthy and rich people, but these are the same people we go to when we need something big for funding.
Yeah.
You're gonna hate the person or the people, but at the same time, when you need a big, huge donation,
hate Oprah, but they dang sure gonna go to sit at her show and get a free car. You got a free car.
You got a free car. Everybody got a free car.
They talk shit about her and Stedman, but shoot, hey, why you talking about you? You got what you got? Why you talking about her?
Yeah. Crazy thing is, it's the build up to get to that point that you face the most turbulence, or hell, to get there. But as soon as you get over that hump, now you pretty much the spot on the spotlight. I mean, everybody's coming towards you.
Yeah.
But they gave you hell trying to get there. What's up with that?
That's just black people, and they don't want to work together. But a Mexican, I don't understand why a Mexican can work together when they had just as much a struggle as we had as black people. I don't get it. Black people don't want to help each other. I don't get why y'all don't go back to y'all culture and help each other. I mean, that's what we were. We were helping each other. We were in Africa, we were helping each other. And we were building our community, and we were built on spirituality, not religion. But nobody wants to do that no more. They're doing something totally different, and it don't make no sense to me.
Ego.
Yeah, ego, and white man poisoning you to think a certain way, so you think that way.
Oh, snap. She went real deep now. We talking about programming.
Yeah, programming. Yep, you said it.
Yeah, programming. So, basically, so I can break it down for y'all, is anything you use from, like, you see, hear, or constantly...
Oh, yeah, they don't segregate things. Well,
go ahead.
A little bit, because some Mexicans, you can't call no Puerto Rican no Mexican. It's finna be a fight. You can't call no Guatemalan no Mexican. You can't call no Honduran no Mexican. So there is some type of separation, but they still build, and they're more like a family more than as black people. Because y'all remember back in the day when they said, you remember the saying was, when you were a kid, and you get in trouble, you raise your kid by a community or a village or whatever.
Yeah,
it takes a village to raise a child. It's not like that no more. Because if somebody gonna touch somebody's child, somebody finna get beat up. So a village don't raise no child no more. It's individual people.
And that's our biggest problem.
Right.
What is up with? Why do we think that only one person is gonna do this thing to build the whole?
One person can change the world. It takes a group. You have to come together and unite to change the world.
Exactly. I even go as far as this. Here's another issue I had. Like when it goes back to what we're talking about working together, is as soon as we see, well, help me out if it's on your end, like with the guys. Let's say if you see another guy help another guy, either economically or education or whatever, the person who's getting help, they're like, you ain't no real man. You need help. I can do this all by myself. But at the same time, you need a teacher. Your mom had to change your diapers.
Everybody needs a teacher.
Exactly.
I mean, on the women's side, you still get some of that too, but then you have more women willing to help other women. But then sometimes they're helping them to pre-gain something from it. So you have to watch that too. I mean, there's always women, I'm going to help her do this, I'm going to help her do that. But at the same time, she's kind of trying to learn the business so she could take her part of the business with her.
Yeah, environment.
Yeah, that's true.
Environment is everything. Because if you were in a terrible environment and that's all you see is consumed.
But you know what? I think if we were still in Africa, or we were to go back to Africa, I don't think we would be as not willing to help each other. Because somebody asked me the other day, they was like, if you had the opportunity to go back to Africa, would you? Yeah, I would, because Africa's not as ugly as people they make it seem.
Oh, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that's programming.
Yeah.
Why it seem like that's like the most insult? Like, you can go back to Africa. Like, that's an insult?
Go back to Africa. But really and truly, I, myself, me, you, did not come from Africa. We were born here. Our ancestors were there. But hey, I ain't got no problem going back there because Africa's a beautiful, rich country.
Not to mention they have all the major resources,
Right.
but we're going to say that for another one.
Exactly. 'Cause I want to do some research on that because I've been seeing a lot of videos about people leaving America, going to stay in Ghana. So I want to be well prepared for that topic. Yes.
Yeah, we're going to study on that one because there's a lot of resources that even though the stereotype of programming tries to deem Africa as the worst thing ever, which I can't stand, it's like an insult to all of us.
Yeah.
When most of our resources
And people, we get mad when somebody says, oh, go back to Africa. But really and truly, if you think about it, Africa probably is better off for us to go back to because they don't have to deal with Trump, 45. They ain't got to deal with all the craziness.
Did you say 45?
45 is almost out of there, but I'm just saying, we ain't got to deal with all the craziness. I'm pretty sure they're building over there. And like I said, you did say the resources and, the country is more richer. The country is beautiful. I mean, it's not as bad and beat up as they make it seem. It's not like they still living out there with tutus or, bras or whatever. With no toilet paper and all of that. Yeah, it's 45. Yeah, so...
Cool. So anything, because I'm gonna leave him with a stunner, and they're gonna be like, you can't leave off of that. But
you gonna leave him with a cliffhanger?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you got any more?
No, I'm in the bill. That's a drop mic right there.
Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely to go even more on a separate episode for this, but there's a lot of sources that say a lot of these religions actually came from Africa.
Oh!
And I'm just gonna leave y'all with that before you try to kill me. Peace out. I just made somebody mad.